Continuous delivery. Again, this is the fundamental aspect of Agile. So you're not delivering one big bang, you're actually kind of delivering something really quickly, perhaps in a few weeks or a few months, and then you keep going, you keep delivering the next one in the next month or 2 months time, then the next one. So improving iterative development and an incremental delivery. You're actually kind of adding more and more features, making better product every release. So it's about continuous development, continuous integration, and continuous delivery, right? So that's what is important. Highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early. You're actually satisfying the customer early instead of making them wait for 2 years, which was what was the problem with waterfall. You're actually delivering this product in the next 3 weeks. So they get to see the first page. Maybe that's fine. Even if they see the first page, that's okay, which is working. You can click something, it happens. So they're happy to give you the feedback, and then you work on that, add more pages to it. So again, that's what, again, in the context of the e-commerce website, we were talking, the mobile accessory selling website. By November, we decided we'll go live with the catalog, right? So they can get to see, at least play around with how the items are shown, what is the kind of items, click on the items, see the details, add them to the cart. And then come February, they can actually get to see the shopping cart as well. They can actually get to see all the items added to the shopping cart, the shopping basket, and they can actually delete the items from the basket. They can do all these, change the items in the basket. They can do that in February. And by April, they can actually place the order online without having to call you or email you, right? So this is continuously delivering the functionality. You're not stopping at one. You're actually continuously delivering. Instead of in 2 years' time, you're actually engaging the customers, you know, almost on a continuous basis, every few weeks, every week, you know, you're keeping them on the toes. And they're also happy with that because you're talking to them. You're accepting their ideas, their needs. Embrace changes, very important. Again, welcome changing requirements. It's not, Agile is about accepting changes. It's not about fighting the change. It's not about saying, you know, you're changing this too much, so I don't like you. It's not like that. It's about, yeah, accepting that change is the way of life. So we just need to accept change, come what may, whether it's coming from the customers, from the business team, from the development team, from the testing team, doesn't matter. So you're actually accepting the changes, and then you're trying to kind of make the product much better. So that's why when you accept the changes, you're not really working on delivering them towards the end of the year or in 2 years' time. You're actually delivering that in the next release, which is the next month. Or after that, again, next month. So you're actually continuously delivering, and you're continuously working on the changes. It's not rigid. It's not a monolith, the product. It's actually kind of shaping up based on the changes and the feedback you get from the customers, from the users, and from the client's team. An agile process harness and embrace changes to lend to customers competitive advantage. Here we're talking about this mobile site. We're trying to build the mobile accessories. If you wait for coming up with this website for a year or 2 years, you never know. By that time, the concept of a mobile phone might be completely different. 2 years time, mobile phone might not be like this. It might be completely different. It might be a chip that is embedded into your body. In which case, all the so-called, you wanted to sell this, you know, accessories, sell this, you know, the case, mobile case, and the screen protectors, and all this, they all go waste if you wait for 2 years. Instead, you're actually kind of helping your customer by doing something now than 2 years' time. Who had seen tomorrow? Nobody has seen tomorrow, right? So try and work for today. Try and make sure that your present is better than your future. And how do you do that? Is by constantly getting the feedback and then time boxing it. Instead of actually taking 2 years to do that, you actually do it in 2 months or 2 weeks time. So that's where the time boxing helps. You don't spend like 2 years to work on something and create it. You actually just focus on, let me just focus on the scope for the first sprint. The sprint 1 is going to be only on developing for example, the homepage. That's the scope. And then you're going to say that I'll spend 3 weeks to develop this homepage and then show it and go live. So the 3 weeks is a time box, and that's what we call as iteration or a sprint in Scrum. So we deliver that continuously. After every 3 weeks, we keep working on it, improve on it, and then you deliver. So that could be between 2 weeks to 2 months, as what they say. You can deliver, you can have that release continuously. So it's shorter time scales are better instead of longer ones. You're not spending 2 months to actually deliver something and then they say, you know what, it's not what I wanted. I think you need to change it. So it needs a lot of rework because you spend so much of development, so much of design, so much of effort on architecture in just that one page. So it takes a long time for you to even go back, rewind, and then make some changes and rework on that. Instead, if it's just the one home page, just quickly make that home page live, making sure that you've got something really quick, and then you deliver it. Even if they change, if the customer says, I want this change, it's easy for you to rework because you didn't spend like 2 months, you spent just about a week. So it's easy for you to rework and accept the changes. So it's always very, very critical. Time boxing, very fundamental for agile development.